Hello, good morning and welcome. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel One Television. I am Nanatufo Boate. It's a pleasant duty to be here to serve you the best breakfast on television, and I'm super excited that you are able to join us. However, we're saddened by the loss of 6 female Ghanaians owing to what should have been a simple recruitment exercise, body selection and documentation. Something as simple as this. Breaks my heart that this will lead to the death of 6 females who are looking for an opportunity to serve Mother Ghana, an opportunity to proudly wear the uniform of the Ghana Armed Forces. It's heartbreaking. It begs a lot of questions. I mean, there are so many concerns that have been raised following the incident. In fact, some concerns have been raised prior to the incident. There are concerns regarding why the military in itself should even be selling the recruitment forms. Some people have done their own calculations. Some have arrived at, what do you call it? Some 35 million cedis for the previous recruitment exercise. Something in the region of $3 million. And if you do the math, you are considering how many people bought the forms, at what price, and how many people actually qualify to be recruited, and how many people will actually make it to don the uniform of the Ghana Armed Forces. And their concerns are that, well, if it's not so many people who are going to qualify or be recruited indeed, why are we selling forms to so many others? Is it just a scheme to make money? And what accounts are rendered for these monies that are collected from the sale of the forms? This year, the service tried to go digital, and so the registration process was online. And so it gives you an idea how many people have registered in what region and how many you are expecting at what centers for the body selection and documentation. And so it's quite mind-boggling that we allow so many people, so many young Ghanaians desperate for a job to, if you like, assemble or converge at one center, leading to such unfortunate situations as the death of 6 Ghanaians. And so perhaps we should be looking at a decentralized 2-track recruitment system where candidates would apply through local recruitment offices hosted by military bases or barracks administrations, where recruitment officers would conduct document checks, targeted physical evaluations, condensed leadership tests before forwarding successful applicants to the National Recruit Training Academy. This system, if we do it, will reduce the overcrowding and avert the deaths that were reported yesterday. Again, having learned this year's recruitment will happen at various centers across the country, it's important to have district level centers and even all year round application centers. Why can't we do it all year round? Why does it have to be done at a go? How come we can't do it all year round and decentralize it, have a 2-track decentralized system, run the recruitment system all year round, run it at the district levels so that you reduce the overcrowding at the various centers? I don't know, but I think it is very, very possible. And we need to rethink the recruitment system into our security agencies. It is important that we have these reforms and, of course, push for transparency and accountability in the recruitment process, especially regarding the sale of the forms to Ghanaians who want to serve Ghana. You look at the amount. I think this year the forms were going for about 30 cedis. So if you have about 60,000 people purchasing the form, and if what we are being told that's about just 4,000 will be recruited, do the math. We need some accountability and some level of transparency regarding this particular matter. But our heartfelt condolences to the families of the victims. We pray that the good Lord will strengthen them. He will keep them together. He will hold them in this difficult time. Peace Shalom. Now, from the 28th to the 30th of November 2025, we're taking you watching me. We're taking you to the Ifua Sutherland Children's Park for the Agri Fair. Here, what's going to happen is that we're bringing farmers with fresh farm produce, farmers with poultry products, farmers with livestock products, farmers with fish products. We're bringing all of them, and of course, persons who play along the agri value chain, talking dealers in agri inputs, agri machinery, those who have agri technology, agri innovations. We're bringing all of them together at the Ifua Sutherland Children's Park, and we're asking that you join us there. All you have to do is come with enough money to shop for your Christmas. All right? Fresh farm produce, straight from the farm to the Ifua Sutherland Children's Park. No middleman business, and so you're guaranteed or you're assured of affordable prices. Farmers are assured of guaranteed market. Yesterday, you heard the president launch the Nkukon Kitinkiti program. And among the things he said was the direction to the finance ministry to release some additional 200 million cedis to mop up the surplus maize in the market. We're asking you, the farmers, because your complaint is that the 200 million might not be enough. You're looking for something in the region of 700 million cedis. Bring the maize to the agri fair. Bring the rice to the agri fair. Bring the tomatoes, bring the pepper, bring the onions. Bring all your fresh farm produce to the agri fair, and let's help you sell them to Ghanaians who are ready to eat Ghana, consume Ghana, and help sustain the livelihoods of Ghanaian farmers. So the Agri Fair is happening from the 28th to the 30th of November. It's a 3-day event happening at the Ifua Sutherland Children's Park, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day. And it's important that you join us. Come and do your bronya shopping, and let's celebrate our gallant Ghanaian farmers who over the years continue to put food on our tables. And of course, make sure that you and I remain nourished, healthy, and safe. We want to see all of you there. So please join us. For our farmers and those looking to participate, call us and register. 0558 973 973. 0558 973 973. It's important that you call us, you register, and you participate in the Agri Fair. All right? We want to see you there, so all of you should come join us. All of you. No one should absent themselves. Those who missed the maiden edition, you came crying. This time around, we don't have tissue to wipe your tears. So we want you to come there and experience it for yourself. Now, here's the catch. There's going to be some amazing entertainment, This one, you don't talk about it. It's an experience that has to be felt. So we won't talk about it plenty. We're asking that you yourself come and enjoy it. All right? So farmers and, of course, agric industry players, call us now. 0558 973 973. 0558 973 973. And when you do call, please, it's an expression of interest. We like that you're expressing your interest, right? But we need you to follow up with your registration and your payment, because that expression of interest, even up until the registration, does not secure you a slot or a spot. It does not make you a vendor yet. It is only your payment that guarantees you a spot. It is only your payment that ensures that you are an actual vendor at the Agri Fair. So please call the number 0558 973 973. We have some amazing young people on standby to talk you through the entire process, to help you register, to help you make your payment, and to, of course, to book your slot for you. So please call 0558 973 973. Again, 0558 973 973. Register, pay, and secure your slot. Now, the Agri Fair is powered by Channel One TV and 97.3 City FM, and it's proudly sponsored by the Horticulture Business Platform, HBP. It's also sponsored by Development Bank Ghana, DBG. I want to say thank you to Legacy Crop Improvement Center, LCIC. Thank you to Gersal, and thank you to the Ghana Exim Bank. We're eternally grateful to all these institutions and organizations for being part of the Agri Fair. This is the November edition, taking us into the Christmas period, and so it's important that we all assemble. We will shop as a family and we will eat as one big family. So let's eat Ghana, let's consume Ghana, and let's help sustain the livelihoods of Ghanaian farmers. All right, now go on to the Google Play Store. That's where you can download the Channel One News app, and that's where you can get all the updates, all the news, all the info, all the 411. Because guess what? It is relevant always. It is accurate. It is factual. Download the Channel One News app from the Google Play Store, and literally have the news in your palm. If you install it on your phone or your tablet, you can, just walk the news. Literally walk the news. All right. Every step of the way, we update the news, and you will benefit from that immensely. So download the Channel One News app. Quite simple to navigate. The user interface is quite easy and simple to use. So download the Channel One News app, and you're good to go. Now talk about the news. A lot of things happened yesterday. Quite a busy news day yesterday, if you ask me. And so we want to see how the various newspapers have captured the most topical issues. I'm going to start off with the Daily Graphic. Front page says, military enlistment in Accra on hold. 6 die, 5 in critical condition, 5 injured in Kumasi. Now this is, it's quite sad, quite unfortunate, but hey, lessons learned. Hopefully, we know that an internal board has been constituted to investigate this unfortunate happening. We await the results and what recommendations will be made in there. So Graphic has captured it this way. Military enlistment in Accra on hold. 6 die, 5 in critical condition, 5 injured in Kumasi. Then you have President Mahama launches Nkukon Kitinkiti initiative. 3 million birds to be distributed nationwide to benefit 60,000 households. President Mahama launches Nkukon Kitinkiti initiative. 3 million birds to be distributed nationwide to benefit 60,000 households. Lithium agreement laid in Parliament, but minority calls for its rejection. Lithium agreement laid in Parliament, but minority calls for its rejection. And then you have budget presentation, COVID-19 levy to go. Hey, well, we are waiting to hear that. I mean, the budget will be presented later today. Advertised time is 1:30. Our cameras will be there. We'll bring you live proceedings from Parliament, where the Finance Minister, Dr. Kasiel Atoforsen, is expected to present the government's economic policy and budget statement today. So stay with us here on Channel One Television if you want to know what exactly is in the budget and what it means for you, because we are going to assemble some analysts, some experts, some industry players to look into this budget presentation. We'll bring you expectations ahead of it. Then we'll do an analysis of it, and then we'll look at projections going forward and what it means for you and I, the ordinary Ghanaian. So stay with us here on Channel One Television, as well as on 97.3 City FM, as we bring you that live coverage of the budget presentation. But the Graphic is reporting that the COVID-19 levy is to go. We'll see about that. Let's go on the back page. Back page says 260-kilometer road projects begin in Upper West and East regions. 260-kilometer road projects begin in Upper West and East regions. So yeah, the president was in Wa early this week, and he cut sword for some big push projects. We understand 260 kilometers of roads to begin. Good news there. We look forward to it. All right, I'm taking you to the Chronicle newspaper now, and watch this. Who born dog? It didn't come with a question mark. It came with an exclamation mark. Who born dog? Military, police hits back after attacks on Galamsey task force. 1,050 suspects rounded up in dawn swoops. Hey. This one, they call it you go talk true. Who born dog? Military police hit back after attacks on Galamsey task force. 1,050 suspects rounded up in Dawn Soups. Mahama to military, halt recruitment exercise. Mahama to military, halt recruitment exercise. Government must boldly declare position on helicopter crash report. That's a Reverend Intim Fojo. He's a member of parliament and on the minority side, of course. And that's his, if you like, demand that government must boldly declare its position on helicopter crash report. Former NSS boss bail varied from 800 million cedis to 623 million cedis. Oh Lord. Looks like the money go day inside Longo. But who has 623 million cedis to go and bail him? Hey. Former NSS boss bail varied from 800 million cedis to 623 million cedis. You think about it to 623 million cedis. The 23 million cedis have no be joke. The 600. But yesterday we learned that the wife of the former Buffer Stock CEO, she has met the conditions. She's been released. And then, of course, the former deputy CEO of the National Service Authority, Gifty Owarimensa, has also met the conditions and been released. But her boss, Asibe, he's still in the cooler. 623 million cedis. Hey! Well, let me look at the scripture for today. Leviticus 19:18. You shall not take vengeance or bear a grudge against the sons of your own people, but you shall show love, or you shall love your neighbor as yourself. I am the Lord. Leviticus 19:18. You shall not take vengeance or bear a grudge against the sons of your own people, but you shall love your neighbor as yourself. I am the Lord. May the Lord bless the reading of his word. Let me take you to the Ghanaian Times. Black Wednesday. That's another Black Wednesday. Not to remind Ghanaians or the families of their sorrow or their pain, but you recall that August 6th was also a Wednesday. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what you make of it, but Black Wednesday, 6 die in stampede over military recruitment at Elwak. Black Wednesday, 6 die in stampede over military recruitment at Elwak. And Nkukon Kitinkiti project takes off. 3 million birds ready in 6 weeks for markets. And Nkukon Kitinkiti project takes off. 3 million birds ready in 6 weeks for market. 350 arrested in joint police military Galamsey swoop. 350 arrested in joint police military Galamsey swoop. 637 new doctors and dentists inducted into medical profession. Why is it that the doctors, we don't see too much pressure like the lawyers? Maybe the doctors, they should start doing photo shoot and some things so that we can see. 637 new doctors and dentists inducted into medical profession. And then you have herbal practitioners must embrace innovation. That's the CEO of Greenfield Scientific Clinic speaking. So that's the Ghanaian Times. A few stories on the back page. Local production of antiretroviral drugs to commence soon. Local production of antiretroviral drugs to commence soon. And then you have Energy Ministry, NPA, to save investments in LPG supply chain. Energy Ministry and NPA to save investments in LPG supply chain. So that's the Ghanaian Times newspaper. What's next? Let's go to the Daily Guide. Daily Guide says, GAF recruitment stampede. 6 females dead, 22 injured. GAF recruitment stampede. 6 females dead, 22 injured. Helicopter crash victim's wife in court over DNA. AG to call 4 witnesses against Wontumi. 191 arrested over Ehi police station mob attack. New lithium agreement bad. That's according to Samuel Abdullahi Jinapo. Okay. We'll see. The New Republic says, DNA bombshell. 2 MPs dragged into paternity scandal after helicopter crash. Widow flees with child. Hey, Ghana. 7 crushed. Stampede turns recruitment drive into deadly chaos. Energy Ministry NPA to save investments in LPG supply chain. And then you have Ghana and Algeria reaffirm liberation era ties. So that's the New Republic newspaper. Now let me take you online and bring you some stories from our web portals. I'm going to take you to channel1newsonline.com. channel1newsonline.com. What story are we leading with this morning? Atoforsen to present 2026 budget today. Atoforsen to present 2026 budget today. Then you have full helicopter crash report must be made public. That's the Bureau of Public Safety speaking there. Galamsey, Labour Minister rejects shoot to kill calls, urges strong action. Labour Minister rejects shoot to kill calls, urges strong action. US deportee incident a diplomatic embarrassment. That's the Bosome Frehon MP speaking there. US deportee incident a diplomatic embarrassment. Elwak stampede could have been avoided. Reverend Intim Fojo speaking. Elwak stampede could have been avoided, according to Intim Fojo. Backman calls for appointment of substantive defense minister. Yesterday, we know some statements were made on the floor of Parliament, one by the member for Nsawama Dreji and the other for K2 North, Edem Agbana, and some generated some commentary from members of the House. The acting defense minister was in the House to also make a statement on the unfortunate Elwak stampede incident. The speaker, in closing the conversation on this, called for an expedited process for the appointment of a substantive defense minister. All right, still on this matter, GAF recruitment stampede was ordained by Allah. That's the Pusiga MP. Hey, yesterday social media wanted to eat her up. But I don't know what you make of it. Maybe you should go watch the video, listen to what she said, and form your own impression or opinion of it. I don't know whether it was from a religious standpoint or I don't know. But yeah, you can look at the video and make your own inference. Okay, let's move on. Military recruitment rush driven by desperation, not passion. That's Peter Lanchini Tobu, Member of Parliament for Wa West, speaking there. Elwak stampede. Bagbin donates 100,000 cedis to cover victims' medical expenses. Joint police military operation launched in response to rising attacks on security personnel. Then you have all birds and feed for Nkukon Kitinkiti project procured locally. That's according to the Agric Minister. Elwak stampede. UFREA slams Ghana Armed Forces for ignoring public health assessment. And then you have Ghana Armed Forces forms board to probe deadly recruitment stampede. All right, let's jump to citynewsroom.com. Mustafa Hamid sues OSP for defamation, demands 20 million cedis. Mustafa Hamid sues OSP for defamation, demands 20 million Ghana cedis. Elwak tragedy, Backbend demands recruitment system overhaul. Atoforsen to present 2026 budget to Parliament today. Release full report on August 6 helicopter crash. That's Colonel Festus Abuaje to government. Helicopter crash. Professor Ajekum calls for advanced flight tech to prevent future tragedies. Baumia extends condolences to families of Ghana Armed Forces recruitment tragedy victims. National Service Authority scandal. High Court reduces Osea CBA increase bail to 623 million cedis. And then you have a video of the Ghana Armed Forces recruitment tragedy ordained by Allah. That's according to the Pusiga MP. So if you go to the website, citynewsroom.com, you find a video of the Member of Parliament for Pusiga and what exactly it is that she said about the unfortunate tragedy. So you get details of these stories and several others. Just go online, citynewsroom.com, citynewsroom.com, or go to channel1newsonline.com, channel1newsonline.com. That's where you get all the news, all the updates, all the details, all the facts from. My name is Nana Tufo Boateng. You're watching Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television. Stay with us. When we come back from this break, we'll bring you the news review segment.
November, something amazing is coming to Accra. Are you a farmer with fresh produce? Are you into fish farming, poultry or livestock? Then get ready for the November edition of the AgriFair 2025. Yes, AgriFair 2025. It's happening on Friday the 28th to Sunday the 30th of November. It's happening at the A4 Southern Children's Park and it's 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day. It's the ultimate weekend marketplace. From fruits and vegetables to poultry, livestock and fish to agri-inputs and processing machinery. All at unbeatable farm gate prices. Whether you're selling or buying, this is your chance to connect, trade and grow. Enjoy the freshest farm produce, sizzling kebabs, and a vibrant marketplace atmosphere all in one space. Register now and secure your spot. Call 0558-973-973 for more information. AgriFair 2025, where culture meets innovation. AgriFair 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM and is proudly sponsored by Horticulture Business Platform, Development Bank Ghana, Legacy Crop Improvement Center, Gresol, and the Ghana Exim Bank.
How may I help you today?
We'd like to open a bank account.
Sign here, sign here, sign here, and here. And now you draw direction to your house. I need your thumbprint. And I'll need your birth certificate too. No, I need the original.
A lot has changed since you banked like this. So have we. We've made it easier than ever to open an account online and bank on the go through our mobile app, online banking, and more. EcoBank, a better way to bank your way.
Sign here, and here.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, Mommy.
The second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa. Why wouldn't he be late? Obeying later.
Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. Yeah, you go be the luckiest. Coffee from Georgia be luckiest. From not the cause she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be luckiest. Nobody know why you're luckiest. Everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God apple boom. If you put it toye, so would the coming of the son of man be. Is that his car?
Ha! Even now, your shadow the way designer.
I use my own mouth to reject him. Oh, this is my mouth. Look at that.
Kwame, my son. Now, tell me the truth. How did this all happen?
Oh, mommy, simple direction. Mr. Goodluck no check me way.
Eh?
Yeah, mom.
Easy cry. Or dial star 712 hash.
The devil is a liar.
He picked his ticket and entered his lucky 5-digit number.
I'm his birthday.
Oh, how romantic.
And he followed the prompts. Yes. And then boom. Confirmation test.
One quick, pick 5 numbers for me, okay? I'm feeling like 7.
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompt and let destiny handle the
You see how they love you now?
Yo, baby, I'll find me payment seminar. Before December, maybe release a motivational album. Patapa, my super.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Hello there. Thank you for keeping faith with us. This is Channel One Television. The program is Breakfast Daily. The segment is News Review. And I am Nanatufuo Boateng. We're going to go straight into it. And of course, discuss some of the topical issues, bring you different perspectives, and invite you to join the conversation. You can do so by sharing your thoughts, your comments, and contributions via the WhatsApp number on your screens. We're live on socials, on YouTube. We're on Facebook, we're interactive on X, we're very engaging on Instagram, and you can enjoy some video content from Channel One TV on TikTok as well. Let me say good morning to Ibrahim Ejay. Always good to see him. He's a former Assistant Secretary at the Office of the former President.
Thank you, Nana Tufuo. Very good morning to you as
welcome,
well.
Welcome. We witnessed quite an unfortunate situation yesterday. A tragedy befell us.
Yeah.
6 Ghanaian females. No crime on their part, only seeking employment, seeking to don the uniform of the Ghana Armed Forces, proudly to serve Mother Ghana.
Yeah.
Left home early, never to return. Quite an unfortunate situation. And we were there throughout the day, brought our viewers live pictures from the Elwak Sports Stadium. I don't know if you were able to watch some of the videos.
I did.
What do you make of this? What does it say about our recruitment processes? And going forward, what reforms do you think we can put in place to avert some of these situations?
Well, firstly, let me express and share my condolences to the families of those who have lost their lives, unfortunately. I was happy to see that generally we weren't going to politicize it in terms of this particular tragedy. In terms of the discourse, the conversation, the narrative that is surrounding it, and it speaks well of Ghana when we do that. Having said that, of course, we have to critically assess what went wrong.
Yeah.
This hasn't happened, to my mind, in recent times, definitely not in the last decade or so, whereby you've had this loss of life because of failures within the recruitment program. Let me put it that way. I say failures because clearly there has to be checks and balances. And we have to understand what caused this. Year upon year, we know that there is recruitment within the Ghana Armed Forces. It happens. And people often cite, why is it that Ghana Armed Forces would accrue so much recruitment when you only need so many personnel?
Yeah.
You know, I remember some time back, over 100,000 applied, and you only had like 6,000 places.
Yeah.
This time, 60,000 have applied for 4,000 places. And these things are all online. The application process is online. So clearly, the Ghana Armed Forces can monitor the numbers of applications coming in, and you can shut it off at any point.
Indeed.
If you need 60,000 people in order to find 4,000, then there's something woefully wrong in that process. Sure, you don't want to deny anybody the right to serve his or her country. And so we commend every Ghanaian who sees or has that passion to help serve, defend the mother Ghana. So I have no issue at all with those having that passion to do so. But the Ghana Armed Forces have to be at least accountable, you know, in the whole process. What I would say is this, and I listened to Honorable Nitwu yesterday in Parliament. And Nana Tufo, he made the point that after 2021, Ghana Armed Forces had stopped recruiting. Why was that? Because they had a backlog of qualified personnel numbering 10,000 young men and women on their books who have qualified but yet to be placed. So what they were doing was in 2022, they would go back to, they would send out another circular. If you've applied in 2019 or 2020, please, resubmit yourself for body selection. So they had a backlog.
Right.
So it begs the question why this present NDC administration then opened up a whole new channel. You need 4,000 people. You have 10,000 qualified Ghanaians.
Yeah.
At least use those ones, and then we wouldn't have this particular issue. And again, it's not about politicizing, but at least you ask me the question. What do we need to do to reform the process?
Before we get there, the concern with this 10,000 backlog, will all 10,000 still be eligible for enlistment or recruitment, owing to the number of years they've had to wait? Anything could have happened within that period.
Sure, I agree with you. But of course, they have the data, and that's the Ghana Armed Forces. You know the proportion of those who are, let's say, under 25. Even at that period. 10 years has passed. How many of those are under 25? We know that for drivers and mechanics within the Ghana Armed Forces, the cutoff age is 35. Okay, if you're into the infantry side, then it's 25. If you're officers, and of course officers have what we call enlistment. And then we have recruitment, which is what we're dealing with here. So those are very valid points for us to interrogate why the Ghana Armed Forces did that. Is it because the 10,000, let's say, on the waiting list are now too old? You know, because you qualify. So we know that in terms of academic qualifications, they are okay. Because the qualification stage is purely on the data you input in. You know, your height, you know, your weight, your academic record, and your age. That's what will qualify you initially. Then when you get to LWAC or Cape Coast or Ashanti region, where they had the Baba Yara Stadium, that's when the body selection, army personnel will now look at your body physique. This is the body selection. Whether indeed what you put on paper matches the reality. Do you really have those qualifications? Are you really this height? And that's where they start to do the filtering of it there. It's a valid question that you put, Nana Tufo, but per your question to me, these are the things that we have to interrogate. Then in terms of the reform, once we learn from our errors, our mistakes, we can only grow as a nation. And so what do we need to do? There is already a regulated, not deregulated, decentralized, thank you, Nana, recruitment process. So it's not about the decentralization. It's about how you can manage the volumes at those places. And there's so many ways to do it. As I say, everything is on record. So you have the data, that's Ghana Armed Forces. And you can say that, okay, all those who are 19 and 20, please come on this date. And nothing's been done. Others say by sector, you know. And to the Ghana Armed Forces credit, they're saying that Navy should come, after Navy, then Ghana Armed Forces, and so on. So at least you are now compartmentalizing. Instead of everybody coming, then you have a bottleneck. And it's the bottleneck coupled with the indiscipline of the few when the gates were open that led to this tragedy. So I don't want to, in my commentary, somehow criticize Ghana Armed Forces and say, why did you drop the ball? Because this has been done throughout the process for many, many years without this incident. But unfortunately, per the reports we're getting, once the gates were open, and you saw the visuals, you were there. People were climbing, you know. Now, were they climbing to escape the stampede? Or was it what triggered, others to then say they're getting ahead of us?
Yeah.
And I want to say that this is how we can cure the tragedy moving forward. Have a way in which the volumes are properly managed so that not everybody comes at once. Informed by a text message on WhatsApp that you, applicant A, please come on this day. So if you know that you can manage a crowd of at least 5,000 applications per center, inform those 5,000 you are due to come on this date and extend the period of recruitment so you can accommodate all the 60,000.
Right.
And by sending out that message, don't send it out because some people will still try to beat the system. We know ourselves.
Yeah.
So you have people in the queue, I'm talking military personnel, who will check your application document or your phone if it's a message to see that whether or not you are there on the due date or whether you've come at the wrong time. So prior to the gates being open, you can start to eject and filter people who should not be in the queue, saying that you're too early. Much like when you're going to fly out of the country, the airport will tell you the time to come.
True.
Everybody can't come at the same time. The airport will be congested. So it tells you, please come 2 hours or 3 hours before your departure.
Yeah.
And every airline does that. So it's managed. There's never a congestion. And you just apply the same procedures. But again, I don't want to beat the Ghana Armed Forces on this. Because when somebody's been doing something so well throughout the years, in this recruitment exercise, Nana, and per the reports, it was a few individuals. Had we as Ghanaians been disciplined, and if you want to join the army, the first thing you need is character and discipline.
True.
The indiscipline of those individuals who started to push, causing this stampede, shows that you're not even fit for the sector that you say you want to join. Discipline needs to be part of your persona, part of your personality, to wait in line, no matter the fact that you've queued or slept at the venue from 2 a.m., as some of them had. Maintain
some from 11 p.m. the night before.
Yes. And again, I want to give credit to all the applicants. The vast majority, if I was to pluck a figure out of the air, I'd say 99% were disciplined. But in a stampede, it only takes one or two, and then it's like a domino effect. So again, let's commend the majority of Ghanaian young men and women who came there with the right frame of mind, but unfortunately, a few individuals, led to the tragic loss of life. And these, I think, are, in terms of my contribution, what we can do moving forward. The Ghana Armed Forces needs to reassess. One, do you need to open out the recruitment portal every single year?
Yeah.
Two, if you do, and you recognize that you have 10,000 applications, shut the portal off. Shut it off.
Once you hit the mark.
Once you hit the mark, you know that I need 4,000. At least maybe 12,000 is enough. 3-to-1 ratio should be enough to find the people you need. So when you get 12,000, close the portal and manage the process.
It points to some concerns that I've picked up regarding why it is allowed to grow to the numbers of the 60,000 that we're seeing.
Yeah.
Concerns regarding the sale of the forms. This year, I think the forms were sold for about 30 Ghana cedis.
Was it not 200? I read that it was 350 before.
Yes.
And then there was a 40% reduction to 200 cities.
So multiply that by 60,000.
Yeah.
When indeed we're looking for just 4,000.
Yes.
Is it just a way to make money?
In part, yes, because it comes out to around 12.5 million cities. Now, 12.5 million cities spread over the 16 regions or so. You can't tell me that there are close to 1 million cities to actually man those centers.
I mean, you're going to have administrative costs and all, but is that going to call you 12.5?
No, I don't think so.
Exactly.
And if the Ghana Armed Forces want to help the conversation and the investigation about how we can reform the sector moving forward, they should give us an audit of their costs. The personnel who man it are employed by you anyway.
Exactly.
So there's no labor costs. You cannot in any way, shape or form tell me that a military officer or soldier who has been assigned to oversee recruitment at Elwak, Cape Coast, Ashanti region, Tamale, has to be paid an additional salary. I beg to differ. And I don't, so labor cost is out. Administratively, yes. Because when you're doing these checks, there are certain inputs that need to be done. And so they should give us an itemized list of their costs in order to justify the amount of revenue that they are making. Definitely there's a cost to it.
True.
But that will then lend to the argument as to whether they are keeping the portal open for longer than is necessary to meet those administrative costs. Definitely. So you're right on that, Nana.
Right. And then there's a public health assessment that should have been done. Because if you're converging or you're inviting these numbers to a place, you should know how many personnel you yourself are deploying to manage these numbers, how many people you can take at a particular place at a particular time, what structures or even arrangements are you making to manage traffic within the area, because yesterday the traffic was crazy. So I don't know, we do not want to be too hard on the Ghana Armed Forces, but clearly there was a lapse somewhere.
Surely. And again, in terms of the reform, how many military barracks do we have?
Right.
I'm from Teshi, as you know. So we have, you know, Teshi Barracks, you know, and then you have, of course, Michel Camp, as you're going towards Tema, going towards Sogakope. Do you get me? And then, of course, you have the, is it the one in Tamale? Is it Bundo? Anyway, I'm sure those who are watching can advise me. But you know the Gonda. Gonda Barracks. Gonda Barracks.
Yeah, I should think so.
It's Gonda Barracks. It's Gonda Barracks. I remember when we were campaigning. Gonda Barracks. I'm just saying that we have barracks throughout the regions. So now instead of doing these, everybody come to Baba Yara Stadium. Everybody come to Cape Coast Stadium. Everybody come to Elwak, the main centers. Use the barracks, the place in which these applicants will be, to help to, how can I call it, not filter, but to divide, lessen the congestion.
Exactly.
I'm not saying don't do LWAC. Don't take 60,000 at LWAC. Take maybe 2,000 at LWAC, another 2,000 at Michel Camp, another 2,000 at Teshi Barracks, and so on and so. You get my my commentary here. When you do that nationwide, one, it also assists, as you mentioned, traffic flow. Because now not 5,000 people are at Michel Camp. It's divided between Michel Camp, Teshi, and Elwak. I'm just using Accra in my contribution here. And likewise, the same for all the other regions. So again, the military have to alert their minds. Let's not just do a case of whereby we instruct applicants to come on certain days. Increase your venues and your locations, and use your very facilities as a point of recruitment. You know, and I think they should actually do that. That will help.
So earlier on, I mean, I was alluding to a two-track recruitment system. We know it's decentralized, but could we have a two-track recruitment system where one, candidates can apply through, if you like, as you mentioned, localized centers using military bases and barracks, where there will be officers to actually administer the documentation and the body checks and all that. So it's done through the barrack system, and it reduces the numbers there. Whilst you're going through it, the numbers are reducing, because clearly it's not everybody that will go past this particular stage. And then another suggestion that I have, which I think should work, is I'm not sure why we're doing a one-off exercise. Can we have a year-round exercise? Spread it across the year. So you know, you open the portal, so you know when who registered, right? So say within the first 3 weeks of opening the portal, we had this number, say 12,000. So have them come in the first month of the year and spread it across the entire year. Helps reduce the overcrowding and prevent some of the things we saw yesterday.
I fully agree. You know, the military as a vocation is something that we all have to support.
True.
These are the men and women who, when we are sleeping comfortably under our blankets, they are at post. Either if not serving in Ghana, they're serving in other areas.
Peacekeeping missions.
Yes, peacekeeping missions, other theaters of the world. And they do Ghana so proud. I know Ghana has a very high reputation in terms of the military industrial complexes around the world, in terms of the quality and the professionalism of our men and women in the armed services. So again, I want to celebrate them at all points in my submission here. but nobody's perfect.
Indeed.
You know, clearly there was a case of crowd management lapses.
True.
And military personnel, you are trained to have that authority in your voice. You know, when a military person says, attention, you know, whether you have any military training or not, they can whip you in line. You can be as fresh as an infantryman or woman, but their presence was not felt clearly. Again, having said that, the numbers were overwhelming, and maybe the lapses were due to complacency and not monitoring the situation. Prior to the gates opening, you could clearly see, because we were driving on that Giffard Road, from 37 all the way down to Labadi Beach Hotel. That's the Giffard Road. So the traffic that we saw, huge, and you mentioned it. So of course, the military personnel was alert to the traffic there caused by the numbers of people. That should have alerted them to at least started to manage the process.
True.
You know? Again, it's in hindsight. Again, we're talking as if the military have not done this perfectly before. You know, we have to balance our commentary. You know, when you do something fantastic, nobody gives you credit. The moment something goes wrong, then everybody wants to, you know, rain hell on you.
Because it's worrying that we've seen you do it consistently over the period. So what went wrong this time round?
Yes, clearly they're individuals.
Exactly.
It's always,
and that's why we need to identify what went wrong so it does not repeat itself.
Yes, clearly there were some individuals. Again, we have 39% youth unemployment in Ghana. So you can imagine frustrations.
Yes, I was going to come to that, whether it was actually passion or desperation.
A combination of the two. A passionate person would not be so indisciplined. You can exhibit your passion in a way that does not endanger life and lead to loss of life. But desperation, somebody who's desperate, panicking, they've opened the gates. And that is not where the recruitment takes place.
Indeed.
It's just an administrative process. In fact, the second from your application, this is the next level of filtering.
So this is actually no guarantee.
No guarantee. Whether you get in, and everybody will be allowed, again, so that it's not repeated. Let me mention to all the applicants, when the gates, again, other centers are reopened, understand this, please, Ofane, Mepalmacho, listen and understand this to all applicants. The stadiums are not where you get recruited. It's where they assess your capacity and ability to be even considered for body check, which is the medical one. By the time you are recruited, we're now in November, it'll be normally around March or April of next year when you are given confirmation that you have passed, because there are other interviews to come. So when the centers are opened, please don't rush. I know you won't, because that's not where the recruitment will take place. Please, I want all the applicants to understand that. Confirmation of who has passed the various rigorous tests, checks and balances, because they will check with WAEC.
They'll do background checks.
Do background check. The qualification said you have. Do you really have it? All these things take time, and it'll be around next year, April or May, before those applicants we are seeing queuing up today on our screens will have confirmation that they are in the armed service, which lends itself to what you're saying. Why not have it year round?
Exactly.
Because it's not like school where everybody has to start in October, university, or either January.
It's not an enrollment, it's a recruitment.
It's a recruitment. And you can stagger it, spread it over the year, you know. And as I mentioned, we have 10,000 already on wait list.
Exactly.
So if you stagger it, you're just giving a nice backlog so that when opportunities arise, Ghana Armed Forces, subject to Ministry of Finance, the two would need to work together and say, okay, let's have another 3,000 employed or enlisted, recruited in these sectors.
Well, Ibrahim, let's look at the kind of response the unfortunate incident generated. We saw the president move to 37 military hospital together with a high-powered delegation. What do you make of that?
It's very good. That's what leadership should do. Leadership has to be where the core issues of the day are. When you show concern, and beyond showing concern, you give directives to cure an emergency as grave as that was. And straight away, the president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, stated that all the centers should be closed. That's a fantastic move. It helps to sanitize and let everybody know that something has gone wrong and we need to make sure there's no cut and paste in other centers. Beyond ceasing the recruitment process, it also lends itself to being emotionally sensitive to the families and also individuals.
Yeah.
Let's not think, Nana, that 6 people have died and that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Hundreds more, maybe thousands more inside have been traumatized.
Yeah.
The fact that some did not die, no, I think we have 12 critically ill.
Yeah.
What about the 100, 200, 300 or 500 who was being pushed, but by grace of God managed to escape the stampede? Do we think that they've not been traumatized?
Indeed. What about those who have traveled distances with their last penny to come with the expectation of going through the process and returning?
Sure. So the cessation of recruitment by the president helps to help those traumatized that, okay, my experience is being well thought of,
right,
captured or accommodated. Because if it's business as usual and I'm traumatized, and I say, hey, which kind of country did I came to serve? Yeah. Something has happened and everybody will be everybody continues as normal.
Business as usual.
Yeah, so I commend the president in terms of how he expressed concern and the directives that were given. And I think generally you'll find that most leaders would have done the same and do the same. We've had emergencies there, but in this particular, you're asking me a direct question, I'm giving you a direct answer. We commend the president for the leadership and concern that was shown.
And there were statements made in Parliament as well.
Yes.
Yes, 2 from Nsawam Adreji MP, Anodom Prayer, 1 from Ketu North, that's Edem Agbana, and then, of course, the subsequent commentary on the floor. Then the acting defense minister, Kesi Olatunfor, appeared before the House to make a statement. He announced the formation of an internal board to investigate what led to the stampede, and then, of course, compensation for victims. Swift act?
It's good. When something like this happens, the initial moments, it's not, unless there's a glaring mistake from government or administration or the sector involved. I'm talking here Ghana Armed Forces. It's not the space to criticize and berate.
Yeah.
Where we need to draw attention, we'll do so. We'll do so forcibly and use language that is constructive, but also deliberate. You don't want to be so soft in our critique of the Ghana Armed Forces or government, you know, in the initial phases. We want to be constructive. Something has happened, we don't understand why it happened.
True.
So before we start attacking or defending, because some people like to do that. Nothing went wrong. No, something has gone wrong, and let us look into how we can make it better and prevent it from happening again, because this has never happened before. So, in terms of what Honorable Atoforson mentioned, we support these initiatives to help us reach a solution, an understanding of what has happened, and it will help us moving forward.
Very well. Send us your thoughts, your comments, and contributions on this matter, and we'll do our best to read them. A few messages here. This one says, good morning. I am Okain from Bantama in the Sene West District. The numbers and logistics seem to have been poorly managed. Inviting over 80,000, no, I don't think there were 80,000, 60,000 across the country. People to assemble at once at Elwak Park. Again, it was spread across the country, not 60,000 at Elwak. It's indeed chaotic and potentially risky. Staggering the process in batches or holding regional events, again, it was simultaneous across the regions, would have been more practical and safer. But I get what you're saying. The lack of effective planning and oversight is concerning. Granting amnesty enrollment to the relatives of the departed applicants is a way to honor their memory. And you say Ken is our hope. Okay. Good morning, Nana. The comment made by the MP for Pusiga on the GAF recruitment that it was ordained by Allah was palpably incorrect. Allah says he will not change the conditions of people until they change it themselves. So what happened yesterday was a human error. Why would she then blame Allah? This is Ahmed from Nima. Now, I'll ask you about that. Just give me a second. Considering the many years the Ghana Armed Forces has been in existence and the extensive experience it has accumulated as an institution, it is heartbreaking to see a tragedy like the recent stampede occur during the recruitment process in the 21st century. This sad event has changed the way I view the Ghana Armed Forces. Oh, come on, it's early days yet. Especially when we have long regarded it as one of the country's finest institutions. We still do, actually, we beg you. And among the best military forces in the world. This should never ever happen to us as a nation again. Aminu from Nsawam. Aminu, we beg you, don't change any perception. This is just 1 out of a trillion. Good morning to the Best Morning Show. I think the problem is allowing all of them to come together at ELWAC. It has always been like this year by year, just that they don't record death cases. The fiscal body selection is something that needs to be done. Even in advanced countries, they do it. The only problem in Ghana right now is the fact that the army always calls for everybody to come. But the statement the female MP for Pusiga made saying that it was Allah's will for them to die shows why Ghana, our problem is religion. This is Agama from Teshi. So Agama is in your backyard, and he also has a comment on the Honorable Ladi and her comment. I don't know if we are overstretching it, if we're just adding sensationalism to it, but her comments, I think, are rooted in religion. From Allah we came and to Him we go.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're misinterpreting that, but there's been a barrage of reactions and arsenals being fired at her, if you like. You are Muslim. So your thoughts on what the Honorable MP for Pusiga said?
It's misplaced. It's a wrong
timing?
No, it's not about wrong. Yes, wrong timing. But if you say wrong timing, it suggests it's the right timing. You understand me?
Yeah.
It is misplaced. When it says Allah, and it's true, says that, He will not change a condition of the people until they change themselves.
Yeah.
It's referring stricto sensu to abandoning sin. You are in hardship or a certain particular issue, a problem, changing your moral compass. When you make those moves, then the barakah, the blessing of Allah, will also follow. Do you get me? That's where it is. This one, when you say something is it's destiny, we all have that. And sometimes we blame God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for everything. We ascribe everything to Him. He is the owner of the day of judgment. But He's given us free will. So you can't say it's the will of Allah. If it's the will of Allah, then we don't have free will. And that is the tenet on which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created Adam alayhi salam. Adam, as we know, Prophet Adam. He gave him free will. Different from the angels who He created from light, the Malaika. Okay? The Malaika do what they do regardless. They have no ifs, no buts. Okay? Mankind, which is you and I, we, the children of Adam, have been given free will. That volition is what separates us from the angels. And because we can choose to do better, then that honor, which is why Allah has placed human beings above the angels. In the hierarchy in heavens, we are above angels because of that free will, ability to choose a better path, a better course.
Right.
And so in terms of what the Honorable said, it is misplaced. It is it lacks an understanding of God's, let's say, predestination for all of us. If I comment on it further, it'll be like I'm attacking her.
Right.
So let me just say it's misplaced. It's unfortunate. I can use that word to describe what she said. You minimize the tragedy and say that, somehow you're ascribing fault. You are ascribing fault to those who died. How can that be so? They were not, I believe, the ones who caused the stampede. Others from behind, individuals, and it cascaded like that.
Yeah.
So let me leave my comment there. Otherwise, the conversation will go into a different tangent. and say that the Honourable Minister, maybe when she gets the opportunity, she should clarify and for her own sake, render a retraction and even better, an apology for that particular statement. It was uncalled for and unnecessary.
Very well, very well. Let's say good morning to Elikem Kotoko. Comrade, he's the Deputy CEO for the Forestry Commission. He's joined us this morning. Elikem, good to have you.
Mind you, I enjoyed Deputy National Organizer to Deputy CEO. Good morning, I'm doing very fine.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, hey, bro. Good to see you.
Likewise.
This man is a strong man. He knows what I mean.
Indeed,
He's
indeed,
a strong
indeed.
man.
Yeah, he has the heart of a lion, but I put it as the heart of a father.
Good.
Yeah. Anyways, unfortunately, yesterday we lost 6 lives due to a recruitment. Due to a stampede at a recruitment exercise for the Ghana Armed Forces. Quite unfortunate. I don't see why any life should be lost during a process that is to enlist or enroll, or if you like, recruit young Ghanaians who are seeking employment in this country. You must have seen the videos, you read the news and all. Quick thoughts on what happened.
I first must express extend my commiserations to the families of the bereaved. And sincerely, I refused to watch any of the videos. I only read a few things, and especially I got to know when I was watching telly and noticed the president had gone in to visit. I must commend him also for quickly showing leadership by doing so. And if you recall, if it's not about a fortnight ago, we were talking about the military where Roxanne Dapamak was suggested.
Exactly.
And we made some inputs about the age bracket and all of that. I think this should be a wake-up call for us to really look into overhauling the entire process of recruitment, where in modern day, you still want people to physically assemble at a place before you can actually assess them and do all of this. Number one, we should be looking at maybe other avenues like splitting it more so that too many people do not converge at one place. Because I believe the military, which I believe is the most disciplined institution in every country, therefore the most disciplined institution in the world, if they are beginning to have it wrong like this, then it is a recipe for disaster. Now, imagine that we have so many open spaces in Accra. So imagine the military had designated 10 places in Accra, especially being the capital where the numbers will be higher than maybe any other place. And I'm sure they anticipated this. And I know the military hierarchy, when they are planning, because they are always battle ready, etc., they plan ahead. So maybe we may pardon them, but it is very difficult because lives have been lost. But imagine they had identified maybe 10 or even 20 locations, open spaces, and designated these places. Even within the Burma camp itself, LWAC, Accra Sports Stadium, the various pitches, etc. This would have been done seamlessly. And sometimes it pains some of all of us when these things happen, because one would have thought that this is not rocket science. And whatever happened, I don't think anybody is so interested in wanting to know. So long as you have called people to come there for screening, you are responsible for them. Whichever way it is, you are responsible for them. And these are civilians, and you cannot treat them with military approach, like, hey, move here, hey. They haven't even yet commissioned. They haven't even yet been recruited. So you have to, discipline does not mean always being so macho, forceful and all that. And it's so painful to think that a parent who believes that by reason of heightened unemployment, and let me be frank with you, which is something we all know, many people who are seeking recruitment into the services today are not doing that by reason of any sincere commitment to want to serve Mother Ghana. Many is as a result of unemployment and want to find a way to survive. And so ordinarily, if you give maybe more than even half of the people the chance, they would have opted for something else. But they have no choice. I, for instance, back in school, was in the Naval Cadets. I recall after school, during one of the vacations, we went to the naval base in Tema. We went through the drills for 2 weeks. After we finished, we were even given some stipend to take home, and we were happy with all of that. But today, people wanting to even go into the police service is not because they want to be committed to fight crime or enforce law. They rather want to go there because I'll stand by the roadside and do something. Or I'll be paid at least single spine salary where I'll be drawing something. And therefore, like 2 days ago, I was driving and ran through one checkpoint. The guy virtually saw me and I think he recognized me. Oh, boss, tell me, B need to do and all. And he was all over me. But you see, what happened yesterday should be the end to a certain era of how we do things. For instance, imagine that knowing all the people who you are calling, it just takes, after all, they paid for the forms.
Registration forms.
So to send a normal text message, which will cost maybe, I don't know how much a text message costs today. We are all now on WhatsApp and all that. So to send a broadcast text message to all of them, 10 of you, today at 7 o'clock be here. You at 12 o'clock be here. You at 2 o'clock be there. Look, let me give an example of one thing I did way back in student leadership. I was supposed to conduct an elections in Tamale Polytechnic at the time.
Okay.
And it was known to be a bit volatile when elections are due. So I recall we met the rector of the institution, the late Professor or Dr. Pelega, who was the rector at the time. So when we met him, we gave guidelines. They said, you must bring military. I said, no, I don't need a military. He said, no, you can't come from down south and come and cause trouble. I said, there won't be trouble. We will start the elections at 8 o'clock. And by exactly, I think 3:30 will end. He said, no. I said, yes. Why do you want me to start elections at 7 o'clock when maybe I know that's too early? I may not even be up myself. Then when it is starting time and I am not there, then all manner of theories will be propounded that they are forging electoral processes somewhere. So we all agree that 8 o'clock will start, 3 o'clock or 3:30 will end. Within the same period, I recall one gentleman came to show me, hey, if you don't take care. I said, don't worry. We did everything. When we were done, then Dr. Pelega said, we need to take the thing to somewhere to count. I said, no, we will do it over here in front of the students. He said, why do you like trouble? I said, no. We must let students know when we do things that right, they will. You, all of you, bring 2 persons each as your observer, and etc. We did everything right there in front of students, and whoever won was victor, whoever was vanquished accepted. And then they were now like, oh, and I felt happy about that. It is all about planning, and this should never have happened. I listened to the statement by the very strong women advocate and Madam Honorable Ladi.
Yeah.
It is very unfortunate, but we will agree that she didn't mean it that way.
Yeah.
She said the right thing, but she said it at the wrong time, probably with the wrong approach at the point in time, considering that the incident happened just some few minutes or so. And I also took it from a certain perspective, but I noticed Ibra was giving that explanation. You know, we Christians have a little different perspective compared to the Islamic faith, where you believe stronger than we Christians do, that whatever happens is the will of God, and you always say it that way. But considering the circumstance, also knowing that the people were not Muslims, you cannot tell, and further that people were just bruised, and at that moment, you couldn't have been saying it was the right time. Look, we have been too hypocritical as a people, especially Africa. We have used God for almost every failure of ours. We have put too much needless responsibility on God. Then there's no need for him to even give us brains. And so you cannot have a system failure and be calling it God. I hate to hear that nonsense. I sincerely hate to hear that nonsense. Before God and man, not long ago, we had the report of the incident report of the helicopter crash. We were told what happened. We all saw how the president was so hit by that. He lost cabinet ministers. He lost citizens of his country. He lost crewmen of his armed forces. He lost a helicopter and all of that. And you think you need to just sit somewhere and say, God this, God that. Then why the hell did God give you the functioning brain to work? So the military, I'm sure, unfortunately, it didn't go well. They should accept responsibility. But moving forward, we must restructure things so that it is done in a very more modernized manner, where today you can split these people to various places. You can even designate some of them to maybe do some exercise and send, or we are in a modern world. So we should advance in our ways of doing things so that we don't always refer to this how it's always been done, and that is why even our training process, you'll still be whipping you and doing all of this. That's not what shows you are tough. You just need to be medically fit, and that is it. So we need to really look at all this. It is unfortunate. Nobody planned for this. Nobody expected it. It has happened. We can only commiserate with the families, commiserate with the nation, and the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces will always be the most hate, because he is the father of the nation and the head of the armed forces as well too. And so he did a good thing by quickly moving in there. But we believe that moving on, this should be a learning curve for us to tweak things and do better. So that tomorrow, when there will be a process like that again, everybody will feel confident knowing that the military, etc., have learned the lessons. Let me also extend my sincerest commiserations to the Deputy Defense Minister, my own brother, Broja Jemfi. He's really, in the midst of all this, he's always carried himself out very well and conducted himself very well and lived above waters. And so I understand what it feels. Ultimate culpable responsibility will come to you, though. But how you handle it also means a lot to the people who know that indeed you are so concerned. And so this shall also pass, but may we never be allowing system failures and be referring to God. God will be mocking us, because he's given us all functioning brains, and we cannot under any circumstance blame him again for unfortunate incidents like these that have brought people's life to an untimely end, and only want to shift responsibility by saying that it's God's will. We know God's will, but certain things are avoidable.
Very well.
And we should.
Very well. On the learning bit, I think we also need to learn more about crowd behavioral changes over the years.
Crowd control.
I don't think a team of potential recruits in 1990 would behave the same as recruits in 2025. So perhaps we need to learn more about the behavioral changes, the dynamics over the period, and then, of course, ascribe strategies to deal with same.
I'm sorry, I hope I'm not hijacking this.
Sure.
If I had my way, the military is something I like so much. I had wanted to be in the military. I was almost going to recruit. Then I said to myself, I'm so principled and strict. And in an African perspective, you'll be considered to be wicked. When you are principled, they say you are wicked. So I just backed out. I strongly believe that we should begin to make the military even a reserve, the soldier in particular, a reserve for secondary school, I won't say dropouts, but secondary school graduates who do not want to advance to tertiary. And there should be a certain quota. I think a larger quota should be reserved for those people. That is what the boom of the young, energetic people. But like I said, it's also because there's unemployment. So people are now moving in. Somebody may even be 40 years and find a way to go and cut his age down to say he's 29 only to get into these services, which affects us as a people. And we need to look at all of that. Behavioral patterns also matters, because the Gen Z we are called, I don't know if we are part of them though, but the Gen Zs now have their own way of doing things, and some will even marvel that, but now inside the whole process they are doing, they could have easily done it remotely, or say, go to this facility over here. Designated facilities could be used to do all of this seamlessly, especially that a certain amount is paid to go through this process. It means that money can be dispensed to cater for those processes, rather than making people travel all the way to one center that becomes an epicenter or a recipe for disaster should any little thing spike.
Very well. There's a message here that says, I hope this isn't going to be the normal talking about serious issues for just 1 or 2 weeks and it dies down there. Armed Forces recruitment exercises have gone from bad to worse. No, I doubt that. And the media is silent on it all these years. No, I don't agree with you. Accountability, as you said, do you have the capacity to probe into this oversubscription and its generated revenue? Well, it's something we're looking into. That's why we mentioned it. Iceman from Kede sent that one. Good morning, everyone. My condolences to the bereaved families. Our country is not safe under NDC government. For the first time, unemployed young Ghanaians looking for jobs have to die in the process, and some are in critical condition. This is too sad. But if a government decides to remove over 18 generals because of politics, we should expect to see all these things. This is another security failure for our country. Christian from Sandema sent this in. Good morning, Breakfast Daily. I was part of the applicants and I was there yesterday. Please, what I want to say about this issue is the cause of the stampede. First, it is due to applicants that were supposed to come on Thursday, but they were there yesterday. And those who didn't receive messages from the Ghana Armed Forces too were there because they had the body screening and documentation are on the same day. Secondly, it is because of obedience. Yesterday, a military leader came around 6 a.m., but the road was choked to the extent that their cars couldn't enter. I've never seen a military officer beg on their knees before, but for us to go back, they had to do so. Thirdly, it is the arrangement for the process. For me, the armed forces have not sent messages to all of the people who were there yesterday, because my two friends followed me yesterday because they don't want to wait for the next day. We should not blame the Ghana Armed Forces for this situation, but rather we should resolve the problem. Okay, so at least this is from an applicant and it gives us a fair idea of what exactly happened yesterday. So I'm sure the investigations will unravel some of these things. Good morning. I am Reverend Charles Prempe McWales. I've relocated to Kumasi from New York City. The tragedy that occurred at the Elwak Stadium was inexcusable and showed gross incompetence in the recruitment process. Don't blame it on God. How do we prevent such future occurrences? I suggest the formation of an agency called Armed Forces Recruitment Management Systems, AFRMS, to do the recruitment. Okay. Good morning, Anna. It is highly unfortunate that in the age of technology, this avoidable tragedy took place. In my humble opinion, the Ghana Armed Forces could create an online recruitment portal accessible nationwide. Okay, so there was a portal for the registration. Applicants can apply online using an application voucher and upload documents such as birth certificates, Ghana card, educational certificates, etc. When the applicant completes the online process, a unique applicant number is issued to the applicant along with a specific date and time for any physical checks. This is not new. We can do this. My heartfelt condolences to the bereaved families and a speedy recovery to the other victims. I also think that as a nation, we need to value our youth. My heart broke seeing all those desperate young men and women along with their talents and capabilities handled in such a manner. This makes me question whether we value our future. So these are your thoughts. These are your comments. Keep sending them in. We'll read them on the show. But I'd like to take a break here. When I come back, we'll move into other conversations. Stay with us. This is Breakfast Daily. We'll be right back.
Love the Premier League? Your DSTV premium subscription could get you there in real life, Charlie. Stay connected for your chance to watch the Premier League live. Man U versus Man City at Old Trafford or Arsenal versus Man U in London. Stay connected to score with DSTV Premium. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
Christmas, my favorite time of the year.
This festive season, Volta Serene Hotel invites you to experience the magic of Christmas and New Year like never before. From 20th of December to the 1st of January, step into a world of joy, music, laughter, and celebration. We begin on the 20th with a soulful carols night, filling the air with warmth and melody. Then, on 23rd and 24th of December, arrive in style as we welcome you with fresh coconut and local treats. Christmas Day brings pure delight, exciting exciting moments for kids, relaxing escape for adults, and an elegant all-white dinner under the stars, crowned with a spectacular fireworks display. On Boxing Day, embrace culture and rhythm, from picnics and traditional dance to an unforgettable high life and old school night. As the week unfolds, enjoy movie night, live music, karaoke, and endless fun. Until we welcome 2026 with a breathtaking fireworks show on New Year's Eve. Special Christmas packages starting from 4,050 for individuals, 5,250 for couples, and 8,900 Ghana cedis for a family of 4 for 2 nights. Call or WhatsApp 0541 539 867 or 0362 025 243 to book your experience today. Volta Serene Hotel. Feel the serene touch.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, mommy.
The second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again? Huh?
Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa. Why wouldn't he be late? Obey him later.
Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. You go be the luckiest. Kofi from Georgia be luckiest. From Natepia, cause she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest. Everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God the apple boom. If you put it so would the coming of the son of man be.
Hey!
Is that his car?
Ha! Even now, your shadow the way designer.
I use my own mouth to reject him. Oh, this is my mouth. Look at that.
Kwame, my son. Now, tell me the truth. How did this all happen?
Oh, mommy, simple direction. Mr. Good Luck no check me way.
Yeah, man. Easy gra. Or dial star 712 hash.
The devil is a liar.
He picked his ticket and entered his lucky 5-digit number.
I'm his birthday.
Oh, how romantic.
And he followed the prompts. Yes. And then boom. Confirmation test.
Come quick, pick 5 numbers for me, okay? I'm feeling like 7.
Star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompt and let destiny handle the
You see how they love you now?
Yo, do you have family permission? Before December, may release a motivational album. Patapa, my super.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television. A few quick messages and then we'll go into other matters. Nanatufo Boateng, good morning. For once, a politician has spoken well. The Deputy CEO of the Forestry Commission has spoken well. God created us in his own image. He gave us brains and a free will to decide whether we want to do this, whether we want to do his will or not. The military must also structure their processes well. A lot to learn, but Ghanaians never learn from history. ABT Abbey, political observer from Sunyane, sent that one in. This one says, this is a country where we only think after disaster occurs. Save us, God. Well, those are your thoughts. You can also share yours with us. We'll be glad to receive them and to read them. The Finance Minister, Dr. Cassiel Ato-Forson, is expected in Parliament later today to present the government's economic policy documents, the budget statement for 2026. First off, expectations. Let me start with Ibrahim. Expectations from the 2026 budget, looking at all that has happened, the trajectory of the economy as it is now. Also bearing in mind that we're still under an IMF program, CD dollar romance, and then of course the business environment. expectations from the 2026 budget?
Well, I think in terms of what has been mentioning now is that there's going to be an austerity budget. That's the information we're getting. It's difficult to comment when the
actual
budget is not out.
read.
So it's all speculation, you know. So it'll be difficult to say this, that, or the other, because what you may say may not be what is eventually stated on the floor of Parliament later today. But the clear challenges that government has, I'm talking the NDC government specifically, is how to make good its promises. Because we want to see that this 24-hour economy. In order for it to work, you know, it can't be policy-led. It has to be organic.
Yeah.
And I think that's the disconnect between government's wish and the reality on the ground. You know, it's like saying, I want to give you air conditioning for all the rooms. Meanwhile, you have not even built the very room for which you want to install the air conditioning. I'm just trying to give it a sort of example of that. So again, we want to see how the budget is going to address that. Again, job creation. In the past, government, NDC government, their policy has been infrastructure to actually create economic activity. It's infrastructure-led growth that they sought to achieve. And we saw the result in 2016 in terms of industry-wise, whereby on the MPP side, it's more about making sure that business drives growth. And how do you do that? For example, Planting for Food and Jobs, introduced 2017, increased maize and rice production by 40%. Okay? When we had, what do you call it? They had mechanization subsidy programs. I'm talking NDC time. And you had agriculture was 0.8% per their policy, economic policy. Okay? And then it went up to 6.71% under NPP.
Right.
Just that area, because of certain inputs. We saw that by putting certain inputs, fertilizers, to help drive, i.e. subsidizing. What happened with the fertilizers? There were leakages, which meant that its usefulness could not be achieved or maintained in the following years. I'm talking Planting for Food and Jobs. So it's about the policy that we're looking in this budget. What is it going to address? You want job creation. You want to stabilize the economy in terms of the exchange rate, okay? But at what cost? Now, if you're going to spend, you know, let's say 100 billion Ghana cedis, I'm just giving a figure out there, to stabilize the city, we pray it's maintained. But if over time you get back to where you started, that's 100 billion cedis worth of money that has just gone down the drain.
Right.
Now, somebody will say, yeah, but during the time that we stabilized the city and spent so much money to stabilize it, it meant that maybe inflation was down. So there's, you know, there's residual benefits in those areas. But these are the things that we'll be looking at. Is it job creation, the tax policy? Are you going to create a condition or an environment in which businesses are now given the strength, you know, the advantages to actually make good the policies so that it benefits the economy directly, you know. I know we'll get into it later, but I want to tie it in and maybe later I can expand upon it.
Right.
I know we have the Nkoko Nkiti. I know we're going to discuss, but I just want to put that there. We've had NDC do this before.
Okay.
You remember SADA?
SADA, yes.
Savannah Developer.
Accelerated Development
Yes.
Authority.
What happened with SADA? It was a policy.
Yeah.
Linked to the economy, linked to the budget, whereby we gave 15 million cedis, equivalent at the time to $8 million. Yes? So Asontoba Cottage Industries Limited, part of the Agams Group.
Yeah.
Roland Agambere of RLG fame. Okay?
Yeah.
And what happened? All we heard when parliamentary select committees visited the factory that was to incubate the eggs, which were then to feed, 10,000 farmers to produce guinea fowl. Parliamentary Select Committee, they visited there and they saw 200 chicks, 200. I'm linking into this to the budget just for us to understand something, and I don't want to delve so much into it because it's part of
we're going to get
our topics there. And the machinery to actually do it, I'm talking incubators, were not even there. This is not an MPP person saying it. This is Parliamentary Select Committee. Both NDC and MPP were there. You know, we've been discussing these things over 20 years, so it's inside their head. Should you get to me?
Right.
We paid 15 million, that's 8 million for no work done. And they gave another 35 million Ghana cedis, okay? Equal to what? Some 35 plus the 50 million, 47 million cedis, equal to $25.8 million was given, and the 35 was for afforestation, remember?
Yeah.
Planting trees that were planted in the, what do you call it? What do you call it? You know,
On
the
the dry-
Harmattan period.
yeah.
Anyway, I'm just giving an example. Then they went to do in 2014, again, government policy, budget-led. We're talking about the budget. Remember the Ghana broiler revitalization project? Because that time, Hanebisu, Deputy Minister for Agric, said that they were going to increase meat production, chicken, okay, by 30,000 metric tons in 2015, and then 60,000 metric tons in 2016. Now, the Ghana National Association of Poultry Farmers said not one broiler was added. Why? Because the whole value chain did not work. The packaging was bad, because this is to remove imports of frozen chickens. But the packaging was so bad that bacteria entered the chicken, spoiled the whole process. Again, let me park it there because we'll come back to that topic. But I'm just saying that government's policy, because I'm sure Honorable Ato Folsom will capture this thing in his budget in terms of the agric. And we will say to him that you've been here before on 2 occasions and you have failed woefully because it's not well thought out. So what are we looking for in this particular budget? You know, in terms of discipline, fiscal discipline, so far, I think you give credit where it is. We're saying credit to the NDC government in terms of fiscal discipline.
Yeah.
But that's on the back of so many contractors not being paid. Unless you just speak to the Ministry of Finance and say, how much do you owe contractors? And then they'll tell you.
Or agreeing a payment schedule with them.
Sure. I mean, it's for them to tell us.
Yeah.
And the budget will open that window for us to better understand where we are.
Right.
You know, because you can pretend to be doing well, but if I owe you and I'm not paying you Nana to 4, then I say, oh, I have this money in the bank. Clap for me, I'm doing well. But I owe you and I'm not paid you. Once I pay you, you'll see the full reality. But again, we want a budget that seeks to encourage economic activity that benefits Ghanaian industry. You know, policies that will give Ghanaian industries an advantage across the value chain. Okay, just as we did in terms of making sure that the one district, one factory, one village, one dam. You know, and making sure that again you have one district, one warehouse, things that link our main economic base, which is agriculture.
Yeah.
You know, while we're looking towards industry, we have to be so dynamic and say that how can I make sure that those, and then the figures are banded about 65% of the labor force is inside agric. You get different figures. So we need policies that will really make sure that the agribusiness side is strong. Again, in terms of energy, as the economy grows, you want to make sure that that energy area too, there's a budget looking towards that. Now, what are we having right now? We're having electricity prices skyrocketing, water skyrocketing. I'm talking PURC.
Yeah.
When you actually create that bottleneck, you are squeezing both Ghanaian industry to becoming competitive because the budget is not giving that advantage to Ghanaian industry. So that's what they need to reflect upon. And the government will say, but we need to make sure that we keep fiscal discipline. True. If we give this much tax credit or these utilities are reduced, you know, it will then affect our ability to generate income. Because ECG will say, how can you reduce electricity and water for industry by this much? We as a going concern need to generate revenue. And that's the dichotomy that government has to play in order to get the budget right. Job creation and maintaining fiscal discipline, but also infusing all sectors of the economy with policies that will help it become robust industrial, and to perform and compete.
Right.
That's what the budget needs to look at.
Very well.
But we're hearing it's going to be austerity.
Very well, very well. I mean, Ibrahim has mentioned the job creation bit. So let's look at revenue generation as against government expenditure. And then we are also hearing that the COVID-19 levy will go.
Yes, thank you so much. I would like to remind Ibrahim that Ghanaians at this stage will not want to be hearing certain mantras like one village, one dam, one district, one factory, 1 million per constituency. One constituency, one ambulance, where 75% of the ambulances are now at the wayside mechanics and all of that. And I'm surprised that he's trying to give us history as far back as 2014, 2015, 2016. I would not have much to say. The Ghanaians are the best judges. Today they see President John Dramani Mahama. They see and they can tell what he is doing. First and foremost, let me commend His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama for settling on the current governor, Mr. Esiama, and then the finance minister, Dr. Atuforsen, who hitherto, if care wasn't taken, but for the likes of, let's say, even Jakba, certain characters would have put these people behind bars for no reason. And this is the kind of good leadership Ghana would have been denied if not for the vigilance, the forthrightness, the faithfulness of certain people. We saw how an attorney general was machinating to put people behind bars and was recorded and all of that. So thank God for the life of Atuforsen and Esiama, and the president, of course, for his resolve, knowing that these are people who were credible and capable of helping him steer the affairs of Ghana. I was listening to my brother and I was wondering if he was delving into real economics or he was trying to make it a layman approach to the subject, because at some point he cherry picks carefully which favors him. Then he now drops in and then he leaves the others out. But well, I would not want to delve into that, because as he spoke, I'm sure Ghanaians listened and watched and carefully knew what exactly is the case. We as government will not spend much time to want to battle out certain misconceptions or certain untruth. But the fact remains that everybody today can tell that Ghana is on track. And before I make my substantive submission, it is true that I can say, if you ask me the question, are we where we want to be? The answer is no. But are we where we were? No. Are we on the right track? Yes. So I believe strongly that we are on the right path to where we want to go, to prosperity, development, etc. Today, as we speak, everybody can confirm that Ghana, the whole country, has become a construction site. And the president has not minced words to let us know that it will take him 2 years for that kind of construction to be very visible and meaningful for everyone to know. And he has classified most of that under what is become known as the big push. And I am aware that in this submission also, there will be further financial allocation to that. Let me correct one wrong impression, however, by Ibrahim, that, for instance, contractors are being owed and all of that. Well, if you are admitting contractors are being owed, why did you not pay them? But may I let you know that contractors, as of even a month ago, government paid over close to 40 billion cedis. 40 billion to contractors.
Does this clear all the debts?
Not entirely. But that is to tell you that government is spending at the very critical times and spending very wisely.
Targeted spending.
Targeted spending to make sure that we don't go holding tea conferences, holding wache conferences, kenke parties that are very needless, and only God knows how much is spent on that, for instance. In fact, let me say, I want to commend again the Honorable Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, the Member of Parliament for Elembele, and also the Caretaker Minister for the Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology, Honorable Emmanuel Amakofibua, for the most impressive speech he gave ever, or that has ever been given in Parliament during the exit of President Akufo-Addo, when he made us know that President Akufo-Addo will only be remembered of how not to govern a country. Today, we are seeing clearly that government is in place, taking the right steps to make sure we get back to order. What am I talking about? As we speak, by the mere dint of hard work, that government has been able to stabilize the economy and make the cedi potent and to fight against this bullish dollar, it means that our public debt has already been reduced to about 185 to 190 or close to 200 million. Just by reason of the stability of the dollar, coming from 17 all the way to 10.9. That is what it means. That is how significant it is. Now, when you get to the pumps, 2023, 2020, ending 2023, entering 2024, fuel price rose to as high as 23 cedis, if I'm not mistaken, or 27 cedis per liter. That was how cruel it was to us at a point in time. And everything was being attributed to what? COVID-19, Russia-Ukraine war. I don't know why President Mahama is defying this Russian-Ukraine war and it is not affecting Ghana suddenly. Because the war has not ended. Yes, but so I don't know why he is not able to, how he is managing to defy it. Because somebody was there and he couldn't. And it became a song that was sung to us every now and then. Today as we speak, Fitch has now rated Ghana that we are now, is it B something? We are no longer junk status. This is a country that is thriving and suddenly now inviting investors, and investor confidence begins to boom. We are doing things that are making sure that it is to create the enabling environment to create more jobs for the teeming youth. So President Mahama, Honorable Dr. Atufo also made it very clear that this year was to stabilize the economy and the next year is to make sure we now create jobs and roll out the manifesto promises. But even as we want to roll out these manifesto promises, it appears we have even discharged a lot already. The big push is on the way. National Apprenticeship Program, the Ejumewura, the Mahama Care, what have you, the E-levy is going, COVID-19 levy is going. It never made sense and it will never make sense. We were to, look, in this country, the fact that a budget is going to be read reminds me again that one person, I am so sorry for this one, but one person I believe and I am convinced must be brought to answer for questioning, and I believe is criminal, is Ken Ofori-Atta. This gentleman, very nicely spoken, clad in white dress, quoting Bible verses for us, did a lot of damage to this country. After he did that, he found a reason to say he was unhealthy, he was not well, and he's seeking medical care. Very good, very convenient. But whatever it is, I'm even saying this on national television, dead or alive, he must be brought back into this country to answer for the mess he caused this country. We know of the so many rots that happened. We know of his involvement and all of that, some which are being tied even to the current running presidential candidate, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. Some of the things that are being said today is not even being said by us. It is now being said by their own opponent. And I'm asking myself, what kind of cherry picking or hypocrisy is this? Suddenly you now knew that Bawumia was causing damage and all of that. You who is attacking him, you are also culpable because you knew this and you presented him to us in 2024 for us to vote for him again. So that responsibility of a government is reassuring. And when we talk about the 24-hour economy, for instance, it is already also being rolled out. Let me say that, for instance, the DVLA has begun doing that. I think their office in Medina now runs 24 hours. They intend to roll it out at every regional office. So things, you see, that is why, if you recall, when the NPP rolled out the free SHS, many people, there was a huge outcry that it's a good policy. But how you were rolling it out was disastrous. It was ill thought through. The implementation was very problematic. You should have rolled it out slowly. You could start from the very deprived schools, then in the rural areas, then in phases. Then, as I speak to you today, my ward is in one of the secondary schools. They are living with rodents. They are living with cockroaches. They are living in buildings that have not seen maintenance for over 8 years, not even painting. Their washrooms are in a mess. Even places for visitors, when you parents go to the schools to visit, mention them, call them category A, B, C. They are all in a mess. All because we rolled out free SHS, we didn't have any proper plan, and we were just rather paying people as ambassadors when we neglected the lecturers or the teachers, we neglected their conditions of service, we neglected the facilities, we didn't maintain them, and it is a whole mess all over.
Very well.
Look, it is now taken, it's a whole mess.
Right.
It's a whole mess. Let us be very grateful that for the first time we have a finance minister who is not quoting the Bible anywhere, who is not clad in white, who is not soft-spoken.
Oh, but he's quoting the Bible about him.
Look, I told you earlier, where we do wrong and we use the Bible is what has put us where we are. I am a strong Christian and a believer in God, but do not come to brainwash me using God. For instance, when you wrong me, then you say, oh, Fama Nyame, oh, Facheno Nyame say, please stop that nonsense. God has given us all the functioning brain. So that is what Ken thought he was doing, and that's what he did. He did it so well. It is the reason why even the president believed that he can sway us in a way to say that I'll build for God a cathedral. He has calmed God, hasn't he? The president's calmed God. He's calmed God. And so look, you will not have Ato Forson probably even quote a verse in the Bible, but he believes God resides in him, and he is doing what God expects him to do.
Right. Thank you.
So we must go after Ken Ofori-Atta. We must thank God for the lives of the President John Dramani Mahama. And I must say instructively here today, Ghanaians are so happy to having the NDC come to power. It is not going to be mere rhetorics, but action. Action.
Very well. I see you have a reaction.
Sure, definitely.
You have a tie it into the Nkukon Kitchen.
Yeah, I'll do that. You know, the submission that I gave earlier, you know, Ghanaians have seen NDC at work and the way they failed. So for Elikem to say that Ghanaians are watching and they know whether Ghana is working or not, NDC has always been good on paper, but the reality is different. Look at the deficit that we incurred in 2014, which led to us going to IMF. Look at the growth rates or the lack of under the NDC. Agriculture declined by 3%. Minus as a negative figure in 2014.
So you want figures?
I kept quiet, Elika. I just gave you an example that when we did Plentiful Food and Jobs, from 0.8%, Google it now, as I'm talking, agriculture, to 6.71%. That's NPP for you. You get me? And anybody will tell you, if you go into AI, any of the large language models, and just ask this question, of the two administrations, NPP and NDC, who has been most effective in the economy, job creation, and industrialization, and making sure that our standard of living increases, and then also the social impacts? It will tell you. Go to Gemini, go to Genora, and they'll tell you that NPP administration is the best. He talked about free SHS.
But that is for
Ghanaians
to say, not for AI.
I'm coming. We work on data. Ghanaians will use data to come to the same conclusion.
Right.
It's not bias. That's why I'm saying AI. Do you get me? Now, here's the case. He's talking about free SHS. If it's such a failed policy in which over 1.2 million Ghanaians, who they forever have wanted to be standing in the background, if you love your country, you want to educate your country, we under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the president, make sure that policy saw light. Now, if he wants to talk about maybe the three-track procedure and whether the challenges that it had, what is the outcome of education, Nana? It is to make sure that you excel academically, so those opportunities of job employment are open to you. So the outcome of any policy, whether it's NDC or MPP, is to look at the WASSCE results. Am I right? Look how Ghanaian students excelled across English and maths and the sciences under MPP compared to NDC. When there was a retrogression, and we've discussed this on this program before. I've always said any outcome of a policy, look at its results. When Ghanaians were failing under NDC, that's why I mentioned about the Nkoko Nkiti program, because he did the same thing. You know the big push we're having here. We had somebody called John the Builder. You remember? Up until 2014, it became part of their manifesto. But what happened? The roads that you're looking about, NPP, in terms of data, we did more roads than NDC combined, and he knows it. And I'm happy he's laughing, because Ghanaians weren't laughing when they were unemployed. Right. We're talking about, the Elwak Stadium disaster today. And I mentioned it earlier. 39% youth unemployment. There's a legacy from that. But what did we do? We actually made sure that there was gainful employment. Had it been for the NDC, why was it? Why was it? We had Ghanaians, and we had this discussion during John Mahama's tenure. I'm speaking specifically 2012 to 2016. Busy dying in the Sahara to leave Ghana. Busy dying in the Sahara to leave Ghana. That's how terrible NDC is. Now, you said to tie it in. I gave the Ghana Broiler Revitalization Project that John Mahama brought in 2014. Again, it's on paper. Just like now he's saying that, oh, Ibrahim Ajay, was he talking on the economy or was he giving a layman's version? I'm trying to give you precedents. You know, in order to understand the future, go to the past. And thankfully, we have the same personality in the seats. How do you give Agams? I'm talking the Agams groups. Yes. Asong Gabata Group or Cottage Industries. Yeah. How do you give them $25 million for no work done? A parliamentary, remember this is a policy document about making sure that it can work. Increase agricultural production in the poultry sector. The same thing has happened now. Now they're saying that they're going to make sure that 3 million birds
for 60,000 households.
60,000, okay, will be in there. Right now, every day, 2.6 million birds every day. In terms of the frozen chicken import. Yeah, it's 2.6 million. And he is saying that within 3 years, we'll become self-sufficient per this policy. The only country on this continent that has been self-sufficient in poultry, it's Botswana. Over decades-long process of making sure that it stopped importation, increased tariffs, in order to achieve that self-sufficiency in poultry. The other countries are Brazil, okay, that has also done this. Most of our imports are coming from Brazil in terms of poultry products. Right. So it is ill thought out. He's done it twice before and failed. So when Elikam wants to tell us how beautiful it is, we know your record.
Very well.
The record is woeful.
Let me give Elikam
the
a minute
record is
on
bad.
it.
The record is John Dramani Mahama.
Very well.
You see, I am surprised still at what Ibrahim is saying. When we talk of even IMF,
don't be surprised, it's a fact.
When we talk even IMF, in history, your government is the only one so far, President Akufo-Addo, to have been known to have been bailed by IMF from his beginning till when he exited. 80 years.
We exited,
Number one.
Point of order. We exited IMF for the first time.
Parliament.
Yeah, we exited IMF. Okay.
And then you went back.
Yeah, and we went back.
Very
But
well,
understand that.
very well,
Understand
very well.
that. So you gave us the debt and we cured your debt.
So you're the only one who's been supported from when you entered
from beginning
to
to
when you exited. And you see, it's all because Ghana. We have always we've been trying only with the Johns. It's always been the Johns governing and leading this country. Until when we decided to make a mistake of deciding on a William. And that was when we saw what happened in the past 8 years. Now another John has taken over and things are taking shape. I am happy for that. Let me tell you significantly.
That is factually correct.
Our time is up.
The government of Ghana.
Our time is up.
Ghanaians enjoyed the economy.
Our time is up. Our time is up.
The last section.
We got to go. We got to go. We got to go. Unfortunately.
My last problem is this
Briefly.
SHS thing. See, it is not about how many people who pass and all that. Go out there and speak to even SHS graduates who are even in universities today. They speak even very terrible English, and I feel sorry.
Quantity over quality.
It's quantity over quality.
Very well. Thank you, gentlemen. We'll have to leave
correct.
it here. This has been the News Review segment on Breakfast Daily. But don't go away. The show continues after this.
This November, something amazing is coming to Accra. Are you a farmer with fresh produce? Are you into fish farming, poultry or livestock? Then get ready for the November edition of the AgriFair 2025. Yes, AgriFair 2025. It's happening on Friday the 28th to Sunday the 30th of November. It's happening at the A4 Southern Children's Park and it's 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day. It's the ultimate weekend marketplace. From fruits and vegetables to poultry, livestock and fish to agri-inputs and processing machinery. All at unbeatable farm gate prices. Whether you're selling or buying, this is your chance to connect, trade and grow. Enjoy the freshest farm produce, sizzling kebabs, and a vibrant marketplace atmosphere all in one space. Register now and secure your spot. Call 0558-973-973 for more information. AgriFair 2025, where culture meets innovation. AgriFair 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM and is proudly sponsored by Horticulture Business Platform, Development Bank Ghana, Legacy Crop Improvement Center, Gressol, and the Ghana Exim Bank.
Love the Premier League? Your DSTV premium subscription could get you there in real life, Charlie. Stay connected for your chance to watch the Premier League live. Man U versus Man City at Old Trafford or Arsenal versus Man U in London. Stay connected to score with DSTV Premium. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late, of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. Yeah, you go be the luckiest. Coffee from Georgia be luckiest. From Latepia, cause she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest. Everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God the apple boom. If you put it so would the coming of the son of man be. Is that his car?
Ha! Even now, your shadow the way designer.
I use my own mouth to reject him. Oh, this is my mouth. Look at that.
Kwame, my son. Now, tell me the truth. How did this all happen?
Oh, mommy, simple direction. Mr. Good Luck no check me way. Yeah, man.
Easy car. Or dial star 712 hash.
The devil is a liar.
He picked his ticket and entered his lucky 5-digit number.
I'm his birthday.
Oh, how romantic.
And he followed the prompts. Yes. And then boom. Confirmation test.
One quick, pick 5 numbers for me, okay? I'm feeling like 7.
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompt and let destiny handle the
You see how they love you now?
Yo, do you have family permission? Before December, may release a motivational album. Patapa, my super.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Coming soon from GH Media Productions is So So.
Abstain.
Why abstain?
I have been seeing through your shenanigans all night. I thought I told you that I didn't want to see that girl in this house again.
A mixed bag of emotions and incidents, Ghanaian family and intergenerational drama. Some not so good.
That boy, that womanizer.
You are old enough. I would like you to man up.
In other cases, not so bad.
So does he see in her that he's not seeing in me? Look at me.
Eugene and Aneke made a choice.
You won't believe what Pam and Aneke have done to me.
Watch out for So So, a brand new series from GH Media Productions. So So, premiering on Thursday, 20th November at 7:30 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
In a world filled with challenges, we all need guidance, hope, and a lifeline to anchor us.
This is Lifeline, and I'm your host, Fred Crunchy Mensa.
From social issues, relationship challenges, and family matters, Lifeline is here to inspire, uplift, and guide you on your journey.
Where we give you support, where we hold your hand through the valley and through the thick and thins of life.
Join Bishop Fred Crunchy Mensah.
I welcome you especially to Lifeline.
Every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. right here on Channel 1 TV. Let's walk this path together, strengthen our faith, our families, and our lives. Lifeline, because every soul deserves a guiding light. Tune in to Lifeline on Channel 1 TV and let's grow together.
Alright guys, you are welcome back to Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 TV. And as you already know, Nana Tufo Watson actually started the show with some politics, and now we are going to be taking you from now till 11 a.m. It promises to be very exciting, entertaining, informative, and at the same time, it's one of the best breakfast shows that you will ever experience in your life. My name is Chris Carter.
I am Philip Nilatilen. Like Chris indicated, we'll be taking you to a community close to you and bring you that compelling issue that really needs the attention of the government and also some benevolent individuals who can help resolve issues within these communities. But are you preparing for the Agri-Fair November edition? Yesterday we had Kuku David coming in here to tell us a lot of things that you need to know about the Agri-Fair. Before that, Apioko came in and also Frema. I'm sure you've heard a lot and you should be preparing yourself by now. It's on the 28th, 29th and 30th of November this month, starting at 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day. It's at the Ifwa Salaland Children's Park here in Accra. And this is the only event that gives you the chance to prepare for your Christmas and get all the food items you would want to keep in your refrigerator and also prepare for the visitors who will be passing by in your home. And we are just bridging the gap between the farmers and also the consumers. No middleman at this particular event. So make sure that you are part of it and get to be part of it now, because it's very important. If you snooze, you will lose, like Chris keeps saying every now and then. So please and please and please again, the call line for registration is 0558 973 973. Please call that number now so that you can be part of this event. And of course, we can't do this without a sponsorship from Horticulture Business Platform, Development Bank Ghana, Legacy Crop Improvement Center, Gesao, and Ghana Exit Bank. And this program is powered by Channel 1 TV and City 97.3 FM.
All right. I would like to remind you that the Channel 1 News app is live. So if you're an Android user, all you need to do is head to the Google Play Store and you can download Channel 1 News app either on your phone or your tablet. I mean, this helps you stay updated with all the news items that we have and also all the informations that we'll be giving you. It makes it easier for you to access the news anywhere in the world. All right, so not just Ghana, especially for travelers. As long as you have the internet and as long as you have an Android device, you can just head to the Google Play Store and you can download that and stay updated. Channel 1 News app.
So very important, like we've indicated, a number of things will be happening on the show today. So you'd want to stay with us here on the show. Yesterday was a very sad one. Yesterday, when we were about ending the show, we got the information that 6 individuals have died at Elwak Sports Stadium, where the recruitment process was ongoing. This was a very sad one. Later, the figure we understood got to 12, but the Ghana Armed Forces later rectified it and indicated that, well, it is not 12, but it's still 6. And that was what was put out there. The president of the day, John Dramani Mahama, visited 37 Military Hospital, where 12 other individuals who got injured were, and he went there to see the situation for himself. Later ordered that the exercise be suspended, which was very important. But the question we've all been asking is, why will individuals go in for they're asking the government, or they want to add their quota to national development and eventually dies, or you are coming for a job opportunity and eventually you do not go home anymore. This was a very sad one. So a lot of questions have been asked, demanding a lot of answers and all that. Yesterday on The Point of View, Bernard Avler engaged some prominent individuals to bring also their thoughts on whatever happened. It's actually trending on social media. If we have videos of some of the things that happened there, we can project them on the screen so that you understand what really happened. Then later we will tell you what the general public is saying about it. But Chris, this was an exercise that expected that at least people will just go through the process seemingly and would either be part of the Ghana Armed Forces or not.
Exactly.
Because see, as you are going there, you do not know whether you will be picked or you will not be picked.
Some know they will not be picked.
Exactly. And people are saying that we are in the technological world. Even though people went through the process on the internet and all that, you know the number of people that ideally are supposed to be at this particular place at a particular time. It has been decentralized. Previously, it was centralized. We occurred or we saw similar incidents. But now that it's been decentralized, we expect that these kind of casualties or the kind of problems that come as a result of this exercise will be limited. But here we are, bigger issue than what we thought.
It's so sad that especially in 2025, like technology could not handle some of these things, because I feel like if the use of technology was employed well, we wouldn't have seen this problem. And also, this also raises a bigger concern of unemployment.
Yeah. Yes,
like it just shows that the unemployment rate has skyrocketed. It's scary because at the end of the day, it's not just people being passionate about being in the military or serving the country. A lot of people are not here because they're passionate.
Of course,
they just want a job.
And how to survive.
They just want a job, they just want to work for the government, and that's it.
I wish we had that video of the lady who was climbing the wall.
Climbing the wall, yeah. Because that one really trended on social media. But then you can go and check it out on either Instagram or Facebook or X, and then you will see it. But then let's check out some comments and let's see what people are saying about this. All this just to join Ghana Army. Sure.
Someone says, I love Ghana's democracy and I wouldn't exchange it for anything. We are really talking about the issue. How are these people leading Ghana? You hear them speak and you immediately understand why we are where we are. Well, I think this one is talking about the Pusiga MP's comment. If we have that video, let's bring you the Pusiga MP's comment on the floor of Parliament, because yesterday the issue took center stage at Parliament yesterday, and after we will bring you more comment on that.
Almighty Allah, there is nothing that happens that doesn't happen at the right time. This is what the Almighty Allah has ordained for them. Today is their day. No matter how, no matter what, no matter who was there, as what, even if we brought all the presidents of the world to sit there as ministers or whatsoever, once today is ordained for them to die, they will. And this is what has happened. Unless you don't believe in the oneness of God, unless you don't believe in the oneness of the Almighty Allah, it is not anybody who wanted them to die. There's no single officer there who wanted even one single soul to. But I want us to all take solace in the Almighty Allah. There is nothing that happens that doesn't happen at the right time. This is what the Almighty Allah has ordained for them. Today is their day. No matter how, no matter what, no matter who was there, as what, even if we brought all the presidents of the world to sit there as ministers or whatsoever, once today is ordained for them to die, they will. And this is what has happened. unless you don't believe in the oneness of God, unless you don't believe in the oneness of the Almighty Allah. It is not anybody. It is not anybody who wanted them to die. There's no single officer there who wanted even one single soul.
It was rather unfortunate. We know we wouldn't want to go into the belief part or the religion, but at least someone would have said that certain things of this nature, at least you would have known how to communicate and how to go about it. You could tell from the expressions of the MPs. The Chobo MP, Gloria, was amazed. You could also tell from the face of Vincent Kwasifwa, he was also amazed. The chairman on the health committee, Dr. Ayufie, was also amazed. Kojo Ponkruma was actually asking questions on that, but we are just hoping and praying that something will happen following this comment on the floor of Parliament. Maybe someone will ask further questions. But it was unfortunate because, see, the six that died, someone is of the view that even a parent doesn't even know that my child hasn't come back or my child is part of the six or not. So, because we don't even know the names of these six, their pictures aren't out there and all that. But that was an unfortunate comment from our own mother, Ladi Ayamba, who is the MP for Pusiga. You know, on the appointments committee, she's the one who has been saying, bye-bye, but it's unfortunate.
I love her.
Yeah.
I really do. I love her so much. But this was a no-no because I felt like she should have read the room. Not read the room of Parliament, but read the room of the country.
Yeah.
We are mourning because it can happen to anybody. And those kids or those people that passed away are somebody's 9 months.
Exactly.
It could be someone's only child.
Exactly.
You see the expression in everyone's face.
Yeah.
That was my expression watching on my phone. I was like, I was cringing.
Shocked.
Every word I just like.
You were shocked.
It was like, if I was a cartoon, I would have been a paper that was invisibly squeezed. Every minute I was shrinking.
Anyway.
So I just feel like
that's a rather sad one. But we have some comments on this. I think the comments we're having were tailored towards this one. So how are these people leading Ghana? You hear them speak and you immediately understand why we are where we are anyway. This statement is reckless. How can Allah ordain people to die in such a tragic manner? This way of thinking is so primitive. The leaders should resign immediately. Well, I was talking to the Ghana Armed Forces. Charlie, I keep saying since. Oh, you know what? Let's move away from this comment. This comment is not really okay. Why is the job so attractive to the youth?
Because they're jobless. When you are jobless, everything looks attractive.
Because
even when you don't want to serve, it looks attractive.
In any serious country, people should be losing their jobs by now. Yes, like Chris is saying, once you are jobless and you don't have a job, see, they said if you
everything looks attractive.
If you think that hard work is difficult, try poverty or try hunger. Yeah, you know that you will do everything to at least survive. And the stage most of the youth ourselves we've gotten to, we've moved away from. I keep saying that we've moved away from the passion to survival.
Exactly.
So you don't go to the fuel station and say that I have passion. So I have passion for the military job, I have passion for the police service, so fill my tank with passion. No, we've moved away from passion. We are now in the survival stage. Except a few people who have passion for the jobs like I have passion for my job.
Oh, wow. Yes.
I'm passionate about my job.
Yeah, you do. But the truth is, how many people were passion freed?
Well, so they've moved away from that angle. So please and please again, the leaders, some of the comments that you would want to put out there, just be careful about it. I want to congratulate the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin. Yesterday, he led a number of the MPs to the 37 military hospital to ascertain the situation for themselves. I know that he's also given an amount of 100,000 Ghana cedis to help in sort of the treatment of the injured ones. among other initiatives that he's putting in place on the floor of Parliament. He indicated that some time ago he also tried getting part of the military, but unfortunately he wasn't given the chance to be part of the military. So it tells you that a number of things are going through the minds of the youth now, which is actually the fact that people would want to go in for job from the military. But mind you, this is just the military. We don't know what is going to happen with the police, immigration, fire, prisons. So I think that we should take cue from this and ensure that it doesn't happen again. You have more on trends?
Right, on the international front, we're going to East Africa. There's this challenge called the...
Relax, let's do the weekend one.
The weekend?
Yeah,
okay.
It has to do with military. The one from Nigeria.
Okay, you want us to go to Nigeria. So
a
Nigerian minister, he's actually a minister of the federal, let me see, let me get that right. He's actually a minister of the Federal Capital Territory, that's in Abuja. He was actually stopped by a Navy lieutenant on his way to inspect a land. And obviously this video is all over social media because of how the lieutenant was able to stand, against his bullying. I don't want to say much about the minister, but there are words out there that, he's a land grabber. So let's watch this video and then we'll come back to have a conversation about it.
That's boldness.
And then you to carry land.
Sir, everything was acquired legally.
Will you stop
so
that?
You get
Will you stop that?
Sir, I'm an officer, I have integrity.
Shut up, you're not good,
sir.
sir.
I will not shut up.
Will you get out?
Sir, I won't shut up. Sir,
I was in school, you're not in school.
Sir, you can't shut
Will
me
you keep quiet? Get me a big food.
I'm not
you are a big fool.
I'm not a fool,
You
sir.
can shoot anybody like that.
Sir, I'm not
you
a fool.
Who are you?
I am not a fool, sir.
As at the time I graduated, you were in primary school.
I'm acting on orders.
Take for which order? You will see whether you will not live here.
Sir, you can't call me a fool.
Go out to front of your
I'm
man.
an officer. I'm not a fool, sir. I'm an officer.
You will have killed everybody here.
No, we won't kill anybody. We won't kill anybody. We are acting on orders.
Go and develop the other to see you. We are going to get out.
All right, so that's it. And the lieutenant is actually getting a lot of praise on the internet for, standing up to the minister.
Chris, what I'm saying about this man, he's a big man.
Oh, yes, he's a big man. And
Nyesom Wiki.
Yeah, Nyesom Wiki.
Nyesom Wiki.
Yeah. So there've actually been reports, from, I think, another media outlet called Sahara Reports. Sahara Reports have actually done some digging and investigations, and they found out that ever since Wike became the minister of the FCT, he's been, grabbing lands. I don't want to use the word grabbing lands, but there's just been issues of, land grabbing in the name of there's a structure for the state, there's a structure of how they want things to be. They've been revoking land licenses and taking lands from people and all that. So this land actually belongs to an ex-military personnel. So this man was guarding it for him. I felt like they had information that they will be coming here. So he was just doing his job. Like he said, I'm just doing my job. I'm just here because I was asked to be here.
And he was firm like that.
Yes, and the man said, you are a fool. And he's like, I'm not a fool. Shut up, I will not shut up.
So he's not scared of losing his job.
No, but the military has actually come out to congratulate him and said that, they are actually going to protect him, and Nigerians should be assured that nothing will happen to this guy.
That's
and
amazing.
Some CSOs has actually rewarded him. And yeah, there's so many comments talking about him standing up to the minister because, everybody says the minister's a bully, but I can't be the one saying it. People say it, though.
He's done well. We have some comments.
Yeah, let's check out some comments.
Yeah.
So the army is bigger than any cultural group in the world. Unfortunately, Wike wasn't strategic at all. Let Wike be doing all this bragging. Every day is for the thief. One day is for the owner. I just pray that the young officer will not be victimized considering the influence of the man he confronted. It's the same Wike that led a sitting governor to be dropped temporarily at the pretext of state emergency.
He's a big man.
Yeah, that's his own state. He actually did that. And I'm proud of him, obviously proud of the officer.
Wow.
And we have another one. Okay, so we do not have another one, and yeah, that's it when it comes to...
I'm just amazed.
Well,
yeah,
the way he was able to stand.
the way he was able to stand. Let's say we are bringing it down to Ghana. So a minister of state goes to a place, confronts, and maybe an army officer try to confront the minister of state. Quick, you will not go back to your base. Quick, that's what I'm thinking, because we had a similar issue like that, where the fire officer spoke on TV. If you know that story, you know that story. I'm not ready to go into details of that story. A fire officer spoke on TV, indicating the challenges within the fire service that resulted in they not dousing or quenching the fire early in Ashanti region. Maybe spoke against an Ashanti regional minister, and we know where that fire officer is. So I think he's done well.
Yes, he's done well.
And the fact that the military has also come out to say that, hey, gentlemen, you've done well.
Yeah,
and I understand other CSOs are also giving him thumbs up and all that. Maybe we should copy that attitude here in the country. But before we move to the next one, just before we move to this one, the previous one, there's a message that is coming in. It says that, boss, please, the comments by the MP, referring to the Pusiga MP, wasn't that bad. She was speaking from the Islamic faith, but the mode or the state was actually the problem. Else, in Muslim belief, every soul shall taste death. And surely the victims were destined to die. Everyone and what or how they would die. So truly, for Muslim faith, she was actually praising Allah. We've not said that. We are not ridiculing your faith. We are not saying that she didn't say it the right way, or we don't believe in the faith, or what. What we are saying is, like Chris said, read the room. So you could pass that comment, but was that the right place to pass that comment?
Probably later on.
You could pass that comment.
When
you understand?
Tempers are down, when emotions are down, and all that. I don't think.
You know, the Bible also talks about from dust you came, and from dust you shall return. And the Lord gave, and the Lord has taken.
Yeah.
That comment, sometimes when passed at some funerals, it was like, so the Lord saw me going through that entire process when I was sick. I was trying to go through that payment at the hospital. No, but you say it's faith. But even if that comment to be passed, sometimes you read the room, because we all believe in the one faith or the other. So that's it. Let's move to the next one.
All right, so let's head to East Africa. In East Africa, especially Tanzania, we've all been seeing, the things going on there with their elections and this new president, the woman, Iron Lady. All right, so there was this challenge called the, I can't pronounce it well, but I'm going to try. Win-win challenge. NYWIN, the win-win challenge. And so there's this content creator and beautician who has been arrested for taking part of the challenge, and she's been charged with 2 counts of treason and 1 count of inciting. And her lawyer came out to speak out the other day, because she's already gone to court, that she might actually be is it sentenced? No. It's hanged or something. Something that has to do with debt. Something that has to do with debt. And because of that, the whole East Africa, the neighboring countries like Kenya, have actually shown their support by the whole youth of Kenya participating in that challenge, because obviously they know that, we're not in Tanzania, so if we do it, no one is coming to catch us and no one is going to take us to court. So people have shown their solidarity for Nifa, the lady's name is Nifa, by taking part of the challenge, and people have also started speaking out on this whole thing, that because of the dance challenge, you want to...
do we have that video?
You want to end someone's life.
Do we have that video of the dance?
Yes, we actually have the dance challenge, so...
Oh, we do? Okay, so let's bring the speech first. We want to know what really is in the speech.
Yeah.
Hofu kwamba tarehe zile za kupiga kura hakutakuwa na vurugu yoyote. Tokeni kwa wingi, kapigeni kura. Vyombo vya ulinzi na usalama vimejipanga vyema kuilinda nchi hii. Na mimi ndio amiri jeshi mkuu nayesema hapa. Tumejipanga vyema kuilinda nchi hii. Kwa hiyo hakutakuwa na nywinywi wala nywinywinywi. Naomba watu tokeni, amshaneni, kapigeni kura. Ni watoe hofu kwamba hakutakuwa na nywinywi wala nywinywinywi. Nywinywi wala nywinywinywi. Hakutakuwa na nywinywi wala nywinywinywi.
Rais Samia.
Nywinywi wala nywinywinywi. Ni watoe hofu kwamba hakutakuwa na nywinywi wala nywinywinywi. Nywinywi wala nywinywinywi. Hakutakuwa na nywinywi wala nywinywinywi.
Rais Samia.
Nywinywi wala nywinywinywi.
All right, so that's the first video was the video of the
speech.
president of Tanzania making a speech, and her name is Samia Suluhu Hassan. And if you heard very well, we don't speak their language, but
Yes.
there's wing inside the speech, and someone used it to make a beat or put the speech under a beat, and people are dancing to it. And this is why Nifer of Tanzania is actually facing a death penalty. Yeah, she's facing a death penalty for dancing. this.
Was she the one in the video?
Yes, that's the dance. That's the dance. This is the dance that's making her face a death penalty.
For the fact that she used the president's speech.
To dance.
Anyway.
So when I saw this, you know the first question that came into my head. First question that came into my head.
Do you remember?
Do you remember the things we do in Ghana
But
and
do
Nigeria?
you know economy? Today we budget deal. See, and we know when the late Professor Ivan Sata Mills was in power, and he did a State of the Nation address. Instead of saying economy, he says economy. Go and listen to that economy song. You understand? Well, sometimes.
And when you look at
I'm
Nigeria, people have done a lot with
with Tinubu. Oh, we've done a lot with Tinubu.
We've done a lot with Tinubu.
You've done a lot with, and Tinubu has a special dance that people. Anyway, that's Tanzania for you.
Yeah, but then the mother of the influencer and the beautician is actually pleading for the daughter not to go through any death penalty because of a dance. Like I said, the rest of East Africa, especially Kenyans, are showing solidarity by going online and all dancing to it.
I feel it's
to
too
let her
harsh.
know that it's just a dance.
Yeah, I feel it's too harsh. Let's bring you some comments. I feel this is too harsh. It's too harsh. So the first comment, women in power jailing fellow women. Well, you mean all she did was dance?
That's it.
All African leaders are capable of this if we don't hold them to account and stand up for ourselves. Well, I don't believe all African leaders, though. They better vote, really, in the next elections.
They've voted. They just voted. That this is not the one that we are hearing that everybody was locked up. Only her was the one standing. And
wow.
Please, we're in Ghana. I don't have to come and meet.
Someone says, I love. Okay, so this is where that message is coming from.
Yeah,
I love Ghana's democracy.
And I wouldn't exchange it for anything.
Yeah.
That's really wild. Imagine facing treason charges over a dance trend. That's extreme. The government definitely overreacted on this one.
Yes, it's too harsh.
Samia is Samia. Samia is the government. Samia is everything. Samia is the president. She's everything.
Charlie, Ghana is sweet too.
She's tough. She's very tough.
If today, Honorable Atu Forcing, he reached the budget, and Atu Forcing, you say something
and he makes
in
a
the
mistake,
2026
it
budget.
will trend.
Oh, we will pick it. And if it's win-win, we will make it a big noise here. Anyway, that's just to put smiles on your face, and that's by way of the trends. Let's bring you the video of the day.
Yeah.
Baby, how are you? Baby, how are you? Baby, how are you? I just want to say hello. Baby, how are you? I just want to say hello. Baby, how are you? Baby, how are you? Baby, how are you? I just want to say hello. Baby, how are you? I just want to say hello. Baby, how are you? Baby, how are you? Baby, how are you? I just want to say hello. Baby, how are you?
Anyway, so the question is, will you finish consuming it and take the beatings? Or you just take out what you've eaten from your system and put it down? But I like the freeze though.
I would take the belt and start flogging myself.
Really?
Yes.
You started beating yourself?
I just... No, if I start flogging myself, you'll beat me. And leave me alone. Yeah.
So you start beating yourself
I'll just
first.
start beating myself. Sorry. So okay, I'll beat myself. I surrender.
And the way that mommy was patient enough to stand behind the son and look at him do what he's doing was
But have you taken meat from the
interesting.
pot before as a kid?
Let's bring you more on the show.
No, you have to answer
we
before you
have
Have you ever taken meat? Have you ever taken meat from the pot?
viewers. Do you want to hear that?
Yes, they want to hear it.
Oh, really? Then our text line is on there. You can text us if you want to hear that. Whether I have taken meat from the pot before or even drank that milk. You know that thing we're doing, Charlie. They'll do the tea, and after they'll leave the milk small in the fridge, and they'll put the pepper on top. Then you say you're going to take water. Then you drink the milk small. Then you